Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Meda Sefele Jimo. I'm the team leader of Planbxpress. Follow me. I have a very fantastic opportunity for you that you are not going to regret taking advantage of. Now, I know a lot of people would think that I want to introduce them to one Ponzi scheme or the other, get rich quick scheme and all of that. Far from that. Don't go anywhere. I'll return back shortly and then take you through all of this opportunity. Basically, this morning, afternoon, depending on whether you're connected from and where you're listening to from, and as at the time of your listening. Now, I'm going to be showing you exploring the global financial market. We have three segments. First segment, we talk about investing. The second segment, we talk about trading. The third segment, we talk about affiliate rebate system. Now, there are a few things a lot of people have asked me questions about exploring the global financial market, especially what has to do with trading. I'm going to expose you to a lot of things that after now you would prefer to be involved in the global financial market independently by yourself and without any missing thing with anybody. Now, we have a platform that's going to help you. Please take note that we have a platform that's going to help you to maximize these three dimensions. And the platform is called Planbxpress. And of course, the segment of the Planbxpress that's going to help you in that aspect is called Planbxpress Cashflow Solution Club. Now, I'm going to tell you what does it take to be part of this club and what do you benefit being part of this club. But before then, I'm going to take you to the market and to understand the dimension of opportunity, the global financial market. There are a few things I want you to understand about trading. Now, investing, trading, and affiliate rebate system. Number one, investing has to do with opportunity that hinge in terms. And times can be short, medium, or long term. So get it clear. Investing has to do with opportunity and spreading opportunity into different period. Short term can be period of a year, and then medium term can be period of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years to 5 years. You get me? Can be period of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years to 5 years. Then we talk about investing on long term. That can be above 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, as long as possible. So we have different opportunity in that dimension. Don't get it twisted. If you do anything without appreciating the segment of investing, you are wrong. Second, trading. Trading has to do more of involvement, but there are a lot of things about trading. First, let me take note of you. Trading is a business. All right? Trading is what? It's a business. Then you need to learn how to manage it, number one. Number two, to write down this nugget. Trading is a business. Learn how to manage it. Number two, trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but trading can get you rich quick. Okay. Trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but trading can get you rich quick. Good. Next, trading requires skill set in the right mindset. Trading requires skill set in the right mindset. Therefore, go for skill. Number three, trading. Okay, number four, sorry, because we have said trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Number four, trading is more about leverage. Seek to understand leverage in funds, in skills, in tools, in information. Trading is more of leverage. Trading is more of leverage. Have you written it down? Write it down very fast. Trading is more of leverage in fund, in tools, in information, in skills, and etc. So meaning, if you must excel in trading, there are tools, there are informations, there are skills you must learn to leverage on. And we'll talk about part of leverage. Leverage. is not to exert your personal energy. So you have what we call cutting edge. Take note. Next, trading alone cannot make you wealthy. Trading alone cannot make you wealthy and become financially free. But trading can build your wealth. Therefore, go for lesson on wealth building in system. Therefore, go for lesson in wealth building on system. So if you're just trading, you can make money. There's a difference between money making and wealth building. So you can make money and the money can go. So trading alone cannot make you wealthy. You can make money. That's the truth. You can make thousands of dollars, 10,000, millions of dollars trading. But if you don't go for lesson on wealth building, those money will go. And where will it go back to? The same market that gave you, or factors around the market. Trading is more than just scalping, but it is about buying and selling. Therefore, go for knowledge on why, where, and when. Price is fractals. Therefore, seek the bigger picture. Price is fractals. Therefore, seek the bigger picture. And finally, price rebalance. Check the deficiency. Price rebalance. Check the deficiency. Now, having told you this, now there's a perspective you must have. And I'm going to take you to how do I actually trade? And what do I need to know about trading? How do I go about trading? There are very many things that you need to know, but there are practical things you must know. There are very many things you need to know, but there are practical things you need to know. So I'm going to be exposing you to PBX P&L trading strategy, or you call it Felix P&L trading strategy. I'm not going to go detail about that. It's just to give you an overview of how do we actually make money out of the market. Are you interested? Now, the PBX strategy answer 3 questions. Write them down. First question, where? First question, where? Which has to do with context. And these are gotten based on structural trend and POI. Write it down. 3 questions. First, where? Which has to do with context. And these are explored via what we call structural trend and POI. POI. It's called point of interest. Number 2, the next question, why? Now, it tends to answer question why. Why has to do with factors of confluence. What are the things that are put together? Why are they put together? And this has to do with what we call consciousness and awareness. Why did this happen this way? Now, where did it happen is the context. Now, why did it happen is the awareness and the consciousness in trading. Third thing is called when. Now, when has to do with time, precisions. And now this is what fuel and trigger, your expectation to react and act. So trigger to act is when should I act? Based on what? At where will I act? Why will I act? Then I'm acting when or what time? You are learning something? Now, so you can now see all of these. Then when we get this context, we now see supporting tools, how we now leverage on trading. Supporting tools like funding. We have different funding leverage. Even trading itself on broker, on exchange, and crypto, you have power of leverage. If not, independently by yourself, the unit you have wanted to buy to make money you wouldn't be able to buy them, and that's why you need brokers. Does that make sense? Especially in the case of Forex. Now, you wouldn't have been able to buy because you are not an institution. So definitely you need leverage. Now, however, institutions too need leverage, but the type of leverage they have is called inducing the retail to bring out their own money, and the leverage on what institution leverage more on is the ignorance of the retail. Now, the institution they have awareness of how the market actually behave, and then they know they have all the things it takes to take into it. I hope this is going to help you so much. Now follow me. We're going to go into practical. What do I do? How do I do it? And we have supporting tools. Remember, so you will enjoy all of these if you come into Planbxpress Cashflow Solution Club. What does it take? After this, I'm going to take you or tell you what it takes to be part of this club, and then you will enjoy your trading experience. Now, follow me. We're going to go into the class, raw experience. But these things are expanded in the club. When you come into the club, they are expanded. Now follow me. Thank you. So stay calm as I take you through on the right. All right, so you are welcome. Most of you who have traded before, if you have not traded before, it's not a problem. Come into the club and we put you through how to trade. Now, remember one of the first thing I talked about, that price is fractals. Therefore, what do you need to go for? Seek the bigger picture. Now, this is price. And look at Bitcoin I use as a case study. Many would ask me, why do you mark this point? I mark this point because of price being fractals. And I mark this point as a potential high of the market, and I need the market. If the price is fractals, then there's a need for rebalancing. So if that is the case, the market has come and get up to this and take out this. I'm going to be cutting some terms that you may not understand. Then you want to have the understanding about it, then there's a need for you to come into the club. Now, the market has gone up here and take out this. This is a high. I will refer to it as an old high. And then the market was here before and took out this. And this was a low before, and it took it out. Now, why? It has been said that the market actually creates different dimensions of its movement. Number one, markets, people say market have had three movement. I say market have four movement. There are theory backing it you probably wouldn't understand. How does market actually move? It is said to be that market actually does this. Number one, so please follow me quickly. Number one, the market accumulates. All right? The market what? Accumulates. And now I'm sure many of you are going to be too fast to say, okay, yes, that's what we know about market. The market actually accumulates. So what are you saying market has, four movement, and where is the four movement coming from? Okay? So we have different things that I could explain to you about the market movement, but I'm not going to go deeper into it, just to show you of how the movement of the market actually do and what you are going to benefit if you come into the Planbxpress now. So it accumulates and actually create another what we call a push up and a push down and distribute. So there is accumulation and there's a distribution. So these are the things you need to know about the market. Distribution. So market have this. Now, in between these, so market has here, all right? So let's take it here. So let's take it here. Market does this. Let's take it this way. Market does this. Distribution, let's take it this way. Distribution, this so-called uptrust. and accumulate. This is what we call spring. Then in between this, we now have up move. Up move and down move. Down move. Now, you have so many things around this. I'm not going to go deeper at this. So now market have this, and then, so when the market does something like this, it tends to be accumulating. And then after the accumulation, what market does is to what? Spring. That is what they call manipulate. So in accumulation, which is the base, so the market does everything, trying to move and all of that, and eventually, right, take out liquidity. So just forget about this. I'm not going to go deeper on this. You want to know more about this. These are topics that are going to expand your and clear your understanding about the market. So market create this. So this thing you are seeing here, what market did here, it's what we call what? Spring. So this is the spring of the market. What do I call it? Spring. The market create a spring. So the market have created a spring, meaning that I want to move. So I leg down and then to move. Now, so in that up move, that is what? All of these were contraction, and then the market have expanded and then move. So the market is moving and continue to do that over and again, over and again, over and again. So we have all of this, the market, all this market has been doing all this. This market price is fractals. Then we have this again. We have this here. It accumulates here. We're supposed to have enough trust here, and then the market push down. But we couldn't have that. Look at it. So because what you wanted was that this market to, after this long accumulation, and then the market should push out and return back, then we'll have come to rebalance this market, which was at the price of about 112,000 for Bitcoin. And similar thing occurred here. Look at it, all the accumulation. Then there was an uptrust here. Look at it here. There was an uptrust here to rebalance the market. So after the long accumulation, the market to come back, and the market will have swallowed down to this point. Now, is it a yardstick that the market's supposed to do that? Maybe no, but sometimes it does. So, but what the market now did was that after this is a spring, this is an uptrust. After this uptrust, the market has done what it want to do, but you know that the market is going to go down. So we continue to have that down movement, and then we continue to have accumulations and over down. After this long accumulation, market move, return back, because this is the leg for the spring. Now, this is a leg for spring. Unfortunately, market again do and continue the accumulation, could not move, and then create another leg for spring, and then we have this spring. After this spring, which was 76,000 for Bitcoin, and then the leg down is about 74,000. So that's where you expect Bitcoin to actually come back to rebalance the market. So I'm speaking advanced language now, but these are going to be further broken down in our Planbxpress Cashflow Club. Here, the market continued to move, and then we have the previous one, and then this was taken out. Probably you want the market to return back, but the market accumulates again, and then we want a spring here, an uptrust here. The market actually continue. So the continuation was massive, and then we have another one here, and then we have what? An uptrust. Then after the uptrust, then you just want the market to correct after an uptrust. And now the uptrust happened here, but fortunately enough, you saw the market was able to recover. If not, the crash will have happened at $122,000. And then we continue to rally down, and then we have the momentum continue to move. Ordinarily, you will have something like this here, something like that. So let's just we're not going to do a perfect kind of stuff. So the market continued to move down, and then we have a support. The market rally back. So here was created as part of the accumulations, and then we have the uptrust. So this was the last uptrust, $126,445, and that was the last uptrust we had. And then we say, oh, finally, the uptrust, you can see the movement, and this was the spring. Now, the market need to travel to the spring. Will it just happen one day? No. So the market continued to create a higher high, a lower low, a lower high, and then continue to do that. And that has been the movement. So this is the uptrust. We break out of that and return back. And of course, there are factors, again, we check around these that should make us to know that, okay, this market continued to move. And you can imagine from that point, let's look at it, how many percent is that? Now, many persons, when I listen to them about market and what to do, what not to do in the market, is beyond just looking, right? It's more of going detail. So look at it from this uptrust now here, from this point. That's why I say mark price is fractals, and then look for the bigger picture, 35. So if we're going to return back to the spring, that's going to be total loss of about 40%, okay? So if you can crash down more, then we're going to have 50% retracement. Then market can now continue again a different accumulation for a very long time before you're going to have. So we can continue to have the accumulation probably. Let's look at this now. Take this now. Let's go there where we're going to have 50%. So 50% will be an average of about $61,000 for Bitcoin. Now, can we go back there? Why not? It's very possible. So when the market continues to do this, then you are taking buy and selling, you know where you are going to. And this is what we're talking about. Then we now be waiting for another spring. Remember what I say about uptrust, which has to do with the distribution. All right. So all of this here is a distribution. So after the distribution, then we have a down move. And then when we get to the down move, we continue to accumulate, we have an uptrust. So this is what I look up to in the market. And that's why we say price is fractals. And you can see what has happened right now. Look at this is Bitcoin. So if you look at gold, the similar thing, you experience similar thing. And then you're going to have similar thing that what we're having now is that either we should finish all these accumulation, and then we should have then what? An uptrust and crash down for rebalancing. And then by the time we're going to have a rebalancing for gold, that's going to be crazily massive. I don't know how long it's going to go. Do you get it now? That's going to be crazy. Probably returning back to 2022, 1,600 or 1,800, 2023, as it were. So, but we had, because that was the major spring before we continue this journey we have been embarking on gold. Do you understand? So this is what we do, and this is looking at the bigger picture. There are more things that we do, but I'm not going to go in detail about that, but this is how we look at the bigger picture. But if you look at it now, this has given a different point entirely where the market actually cooled, actually hitting down to this point and trying to go back for the rebalancing. Okay? So this is a bigger picture. Now, so what do I do to delineate and know when to take an entry into this market? Now, follow me. So in a day when I come into the market, this is the simple thing I do. Now, look at Bitcoin. Let me take from Bitcoin. And many persons actually get scared when the market is doing what it's doing. Now, on a daily time frame, so let's take off all of this. So now let's come to the context of the Planbxpress strategy, trading strategy, PBX. Now, so if you look at it, this is the same fractals I was talking about. This is the uptrust and clearing the buy side liquidity. and have an uptrust, and then we continue to go down, and then we need to clear the sell side liquidity, which is here. And so if we clear that, then we can now determine where are we going to go to if we're able to come back again for the market, or we're going to be struggling. So very simple. Now, so this is daily. And what a simple thing do I do when I analyze markets? So there are a few things that matter to me. PBL, PBX is Planbxpress, and then P and L is price action and liquidity concept. So if that is the case, so what I look for coming to the market in a day is to look at the market journey. And so just today, when I look at the market, we have so many things that we're looking at. So if you look at, when we look at the market on a daily time frame, of course, we said three things. Where? We have to do with context. Then why? So the context is that we're going to be looking at structural trend. So obviously the market was a downtrend. So on a daily time frame, then if I want to now look at it, I want to look at the recent break of structure. So on a daily time frame, I did that. So I'm not going to go detail about this. I stepped down to 4 hours. Now, if you quickly look at my 4 hours, when I stepped down to 4 hours, this was a simple thing I did. So when the market was coming down this way, this was simple. The market, this is a high and this is a low. Then we have a break of structure. So we want the market to rebalance the market, the price, and then the market came to rebalance the price. There are things they call it in money, in smart money, ICT trading, and then I'm not going to go deeper to all of those things. Now the market actually again came back, broke a new structure, and we traveled down to the bottom. Now, so you can call this one a mini spring. So if this is a mini spring, where is going to create an uptrust? Are we going to have an uptrust somewhere? Probably. So, but look at it. This is a total break, and then we have a leftover here of this point. And this is 4 hours unmitigated order block, UOB. So if that's the case, the market itself haven't come down to this point, has changed structure. And that's exactly what happened here. We have, this is the spring, and then the market creates a high, and then we have a low. And then this is another block. Now, if you look at what happened simply here, look at a very beautiful order block here. The market traveled up and never mitigated that order block. Oh yeah, that was what happened. The market never, what do I mean? Never mitigated it. This is the order block. And then the market traveled, and we will have a fair value gap. It only tap into the fair value gap, but the order block remain unmitigated. Now, very simple to put. The market has traveled and broke the structure. This is a market structure shift. So what to expect? Now, this point you see here is called where. What do I call it? It is called where. So this is where. Okay, where? Where should I look for market to buy or to sell? Where? This is it. So this is a point of interest, and then this fair value gap too, it's a point of interest. And the higher time frame fair value gap are more predictable than the lower time frame. Okay, so look at it here. This is a fair value gap. Okay, so we have, this is a very strong order block, which is the where. So what we expect is that as the market broke structure up, you want a pullback either back to this point or the fair value gap. And what eventually happened was that the market tapped into the what? To the fair value gap. So this fair value gap is very tiny, right? So it closes the fair value gap entirely. So you can see now, and then the market travel up, and we have another break of structure somewhere here. This was a break, this one that returned back to this point. Then we have another break of structure. So you just need to train your eye to understand the market. Now, this I do to understand the market perspective. If you don't understand the perspective of the market, now when you go back to lower time frame, especially those of us trading gold, you're going to be misleading yourself. So here we have the market break again. So that means we have this another block that you expect to be mitigated. And that was beautifully mitigated, okay? That was beautifully mitigated because the market traveled back to it. There are a few things we actually do to now find an entry, which has to do with, okay, I haven't seen where, you are now looking for why. Why is that? We have another block, we have a fair value gap and all of that. The market traveled to it. That was a beautiful one, and it creates another spring. And then you move up. Now, but remember, history have it that when the market was here, it has an unfinished project here, which we call market rebalancing. Price is fractals and the market rebalance itself. So the market had refused to rebalance this place before. So walking into this point, so if I'm entering my market here, I'll be targeting the rebalancing region here. And then the market came there and actually rebalanced. Many people will have forgotten that there's a rebalance to be visited here, and they don't remember. I remember I shot this market for 2 days, and it has not answered. I didn't change my mind because my stop loss was above this other block. This other block was there. And then look at even what the market did was what we call what rejection block, because look at this point here, the market traveled. That was not my business so much. I have already shot my market and I have my stop loss above that point. And even that point, I was targeting here first, which is going to be a support because it has been mitigated. But look at what the market did. The market traveled into that support and didn't hold. And why? It was coming down here. Most people who listen to me, I was saying that the market was going to come down. In the case of Bitcoin, there are factors responsible for even drafting to this point. We check it in a different point. You want to understand that, come into Planbxpress Cashflow Solution Club. We detail all of these things, what we are going to use to make out money from the global financial market, either synthetic, forex, futures. Now, so the market has gotten this, and then market delivered massively on Sunday, Monday, and that was a massive one. Now, for the fact that it has delivered down here, many people were predicting the market to continue. Are we still going to continue down? Yes, but correction can happen. And why? Remember, was a kind of total void in the market. Apart from the void, now this other block got respected, and that was what I did this morning. And so this is where, then why? Because cutting to this point, I need to see the confluence put together. So that was when I have to step down to like 15 minutes to see my structural change and aligning with my expectation. And what were my expectation? I want a shift in market structure entirely. If 15 minutes was not given to me, then 5 minutes was going to do this job. And that's exactly what happened here. Let's look at it inwardly. So the market, actually, this is a breakout structure. Let's just quickly look at it this way. All right, so the market has come back and then created, this is a breakout structure. This is a spring. Then the market returned back and create another low. So which tend to be a new order block. So what happened? We have shift in market structure. This is this. So market has taken this. You want a revisit. Now, but the revisit happened this way. Many wouldn't understand. The revisit didn't get back to the order block because we have a very wide FEG from here to this point. Now, most time people take 50% of that FEG. So understand that they take 50% of that FEG to get premium and discount. So taking that, meaning they were taking market here. But for me, there are other things that I look out for beyond just that 50%. Okay? So if that is the case, let's go here. So if that's the case, was simple, I fund my trade here. Many wouldn't understand, but my student and internal people understood why I took the trade here. And the stop loss below the entire last low. And that was what happened. My first target should have been here, but I just have to I've taken my profit accordingly. Many probably wouldn't understand. So the market continue. What if this market is going to crash down? It has no effect on me because I've done the needful. All right. So you probably wouldn't understand how this thing actually play out. So this is a very simplified stuff. Now going into gold was the same thing. So gold, the same thing. Yesterday, we had this. I'm just going to paraphrase this. I've done this over and again. Then this is a break of structure. This is a break of structure. Now the market has traveled here. Now on the 4 hours, we have broken structure here, but we have an unmitigated order block that is here. All of these have been mitigated. They become a support, but we have an unmitigated order block down here. So what can I say? Gold need to come back to this point. Okay, yes. Now gold need to come back to this point. If I go back to 1 hour, now it's still going to show me a different thing altogether. But there's something gold has done, which I'm not going to go detail because I go more detail in the training if you are on the Planbxpress Cashflow Solution Club. And it's going to be amazed in you to see how this actually work out. So having seen this, upon these, we're now doing buy and selling. Now listen, there are things I explain to people, but they don't pay much attention. All right? What are those things? There are things that are very, very important that you must pay attention to. Now, we have trading in different dimensions. Trading have different legs or strategy or how to go about. Okay? Now, market, so trading has different strategy, how to go about. So we have scalping, you have day trading, you have intraday. You see scalping, so let's take it this way. Scalping, you're invariably working from M1 to M15 as a scalper. You have no job, though it's good to check the wider spread of the market, but as a scalper, you are only working with 1 minute to 15 minutes as a scalper. All right, day trader, you're only working. So let's look at it. So understand this. So day trader, you are working with 5 minutes to 1 hour. So M5 to 1H. All right. Intraday, you're working with M15 to 4H. All right. Then swing. So 4H, 1 day, stuff like that. So swing, you are working with M30 plus 1H to 1 day. Oh, no, sorry. Swing trader, yeah. So 1 week. So position and wet traders. Position and wet trader, these are the real people, right, who are position trader. So they are taking, so they working with 4H, 4H to 1 month. All right. So these are how this works. Now, there's something you need to understand. You see, swing and position, they are the one that can buy or sell. But if you are a scalper, day trader, intraday, you are buying and selling. So understand this. Okay, so you want to get more understanding about this, come into Planbxpress Cashflow Solution Club. Now, so why do I say you are buying and selling as a scalper, as a day trader, and as an intraday? I'm going to show that now. For swing trader, for swing trader and position trader, look at what they do here. They work with price rebalancing. So a position and swing trader, all this that Bitcoin is doing, they have sold here. And they are working for the market rebalancing. So if it's a future trader, for instance, that fellow have sold here, right? So that fellow have sold here. Where are you? Yes, here. And now, even as the market pullback is none of his business, he's adding. So he's selling. So whenever he's going to be selling, he's going to be selling. Whenever he's going to be buying, he's going to be buying. Do you understand? Now, so him will have been selling and selling and selling and selling. You understand? A swing trader, a position trader, when they are selling and selling and selling and selling. That's what they do. So imagine 30%. The market was at about how many? 34%. He pulled back and reduced it to 24%. It's none of his business. What will he do? He will add one sell at this point. There was another sell at this point. There was another sell at this point. There was another sell at this point. Did you understand? In fact, there was another sell at this point. So there was another sell at this point. He is selling. Hello, he is selling until it get to the market rebalance itself. He will stop, and that is swing trader. Now, if he's going to be buying, he is buying. So the one you call the market crash is a pullback for him. He add to his position, and that's DCA for him. Now, I want us to understand this perspective so that when you can aim to understand how to leverage on all of this concept. So, but as a day trader, as a scalper, you are buying and you are selling. Now, for a swing trader who had entered a short on gold, maybe probably from here yesterday after the sweep and all of that, he's not going to do anything. Probably he's still going to be waiting for the market. But I can tell you, as a swing and position trader on gold, they have not entered market all this while. So it is intraday trader, day trader, scalper that have been taking care of gold all this while. Now, you can see this market that was sold here. We're expecting that the gold is going to come down to 4175, 4188 region and all of that. Inside this, while waiting, the market has been buying and selling. And this is going to take me to the next step that we show to people. The next step is that we now say leverage on tools like scanners. So we have scanners. Example, this is gold, right? You can see as you have sold, imagine you have, so on day trader, intraday, so this is like intraday trader. There was a sell here, there was a buy here. These are tools. There was a sell here, you probably wouldn't understand. There was a buy here, there was a sell here, there was a buy here, there was a sell here, there was a buy here. Now imagine this market that is still going to sell. So now these are tools and these are scanners. You have access to all of these once you come into Planbxpress Cashflow solution. Look at this. This is another tool, right? This is another tool that you will have access to, and then you will be making money, ladies and gentlemen. This is very powerful. And so now this is another, the most dangerous tool we use in trading gold. You heard us talk about strategy 50 to 100 pips. You heard us talk about that. You heard us. This is it. This is it. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, look at it. This is 1 minute. That means capping. 2 minutes. That means capping. 3 minutes. That means capping. 3 minutes. That means capping. 5 minutes. That means capping. Did you understand what I'm talking about? So that means, you see, there was a sell here, massive, and there was already a buy here. So if you look at it here, let's look at this sell. Now, if you take it from here, so that was the sell there, and then probably back to this point, that's about 190 pips. Returning back, that's 200 pips. That has done its own job. Now another buy has happened here. So this is capping. Now, this is 120 pips. So probably, do you wait to this point? There are things we look out for. Probably may not wait to this point. But this is targeting 50 to 100 pips and all of that. Now, this is another buy, but not everybody will have seen it. But those of you who are my student, you see there was another buy here. Those of you who are traders, you will know that how and why, how come the buy took place here. So another target point to take profit, that will be 90 pips. If you return back here, oh, no problem. Do you understand? So now when it has to do with that, it's about buy and selling and buy and selling. Did you understand? So if you go back to 15 minutes, so but these are tools, work as crazy as possible. While you're saying, oh my God, what is the good doing now and all of that, we are collecting the money that you are leaving on the table. Trust me. And that's why we encourage people to pay attention, follow simple instruction to be able to trade, make money. So buy and selling is what you do when you come into scalping, to day trading and intraday. So because while you are waiting, somebody is collecting money. For instance, there's a trade here already. Now, if I take it from here where it is to this point, because there's a need for me to exit here, one exit here, that's about 50 pips. Then targeting another one, that will be 80 pips, probably. Did you understand? So these are tools, and that is how we trade. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure this will be very fantastic for you, an understanding of how we maximize opportunity. So these are dimensions of trading. Then we equally have copy trading, automated trading. Probably let me check if I can see if there has been a trade today on one of our instruments on automation. Let me check if there have been a trade today. If there are none, no problem, but I just check. So we partner with different platforms to maximize exploration of global financial markets. There we go. I'm trying to log in, show you an example. So we have what we call automation. So it's both for traders and at the same time for an investor. Okay? It's both for traders and at the same time for investors. So now let me quickly show you, and as I wrap up. Now, this is an example of automation. Now, this is a platform for automation. Now, look at it. We have what is called automation here, network conjunction. So we have automation here. Let me go. There hasn't been a trade today, but trading has been on. Look at this. This is one of our copy strategy. So if I click here now, you see a trade that was taken yesterday. And then you can see some strategy following the same stuff. And then you can see how much money. So ROI so far on this account is 12%, right? So just to show you the dimension of opportunity here, you don't struggle. You are just making money. Now you could see here, what example here? The example here is that how much was invested? $50. And now, why do we partner with this broker? They have their own prop strategy called Amplified. And how much do you mean? What do you mean by Amplified? So $50 is amplified to 24x, but the regular is amplified to 12x. We have special deal, and that's part of the thing you will benefit if you come into Planbxpress Cashflow solution. And then you have this $50, 12% of $50, 12.72, 9% of $50 is 6 point something dollars. That's what you have. Why? Because the money was amplified to 24x, making it to be 1,200. So the trade continue. Why? This same strategy trade what we call conservative strategy. So when you are trading the conservative strategy, you need big money. Most people will say when you need big money, you trade anyhow. That's not true. Now, these are different strategies. Then you have different platforms, okay? There are some that are aggressive, but we always say you can maximize and create partitions of the aggressive strategy. Do you understand? So most people come to ask me, so you are trading and you are investing. These are diversification. So look at these guys. These are social trading. Look at these guys, what they have done. All right. So, oh, wow. So, wow, this month already, the month of December, these guys have done 8 point something percent. Crazy. Let me tell you what you may not understand. These guys are crazy. Wow, 8.76%. Now, these are things we are going to be showing you. All right. These are things we are going to be showing you. And I will show you something. What we are going to be doing with this platform is crazy. So look at this. You just see that. You just see that. Just this month that just started yesterday, they've done 12%. Let's look at this, guys. Jesus Christ. These guys have done 26%. My goodness, what's going on here? Now, let me show you something. This 26%, so if it's 12, imagine 12x of your money. So let's say you invest, so just calculate, let's say you invest $200. So $200 multiplied by 12x, that is 2,400. So now imagine how many percent is this? 26%. So imagine 26%. So 2,400 multiplied by 0.26. That is $624. So that means your $200 has given additional $624 within just 2 days. This is money doubling. What's going on? Now, imagine if it's 24x. So let's do the 24x. 24 multiplied by 200. That's about $4,800. $4,800, ladies and gentlemen. Then multiply by 26%, 0.26. Sorry, I beg your pardon. $200 multiplied by 24 give us 4,800 multiplied by 0.26. That's about $1,248. So within 2 days, your $200 have given $1,248. So how much is that? that's about 12x of your money already in 2 days. Now, guess what? The same of this account, you can remove your profit. As you are making, just make anything minimum of $10 can be withdrawn. So thank you very much. This is just the basic I need to share with you and why I have to encourage everyone to pay attention and maximize this opportunity. I'm sure you have learned and see why I put it and I tell you what you need. Now, the question you need to ask, what do I need to be part of Planbxpress cash flow solution? Simple. Number one, you can pay monthly membership. You can pay 3 months. That's quarterly. You can do half a year or you can do yearly. Now, it's not 1,500 yearly. It is not $250 monthly. It is not $100 monthly. We have reduced so drastically into yearly, you're only paying $150. It has not stopped there. If you want to do monthly, you can pay just $30. Maybe you want to test the water. Then 3 months, you can pay $60. Half a year, you can pay $100. This is all you need. And I can tell you, you are going to surprise yourself. This is 2025 year ending. And I think you need to get started right now. So you can still make good Christmas. Have you seen why? We're telling you, you can still make very powerful, good Christmas. Thank you very much. And do have a nice time. Now, go to the comment section. There is a link there to join just our free ecosystem. We still have free group you can join. If I want you on the free group, you can connect to this account, only do access to 12x Amplify. Thank you very much. My name is Jimo. I'm the team leader of Planbxpress. Planbxpress, together we rise.